A trail plan more than 500 miles long might sound like something in a hiking fantasy, but it's becoming a reality right here in Atlanta. From connecting neighborhoods to boasting mental health, it isn't just about recreation. It's about reimagining how we move, live, and connect. 11Alive's Aisha Howard has been following this story. And Aisha, this goes way beyond the Beltline, huh?
Yeah, Chesley, you think about places that have like good hiking, and typically in different big cities, there's one place that's known. LA, it's going to be Runyon Canyon. Around here, we either say the Beltline or Stone Mountain. Well, now this plan here in the city is to make hiking and trails available to everyone. And so where they end, they wanted to pick back up in communities. The ultimate goal here in this master plan is for these trails to be within 10 minutes of a drive, a walk, or even a wheelchair ride to every single resident in Atlanta.
Wow. We're talking about 535 miles. It's a huge number. Try to paint a picture for us of how transformational this could be for the everyday Atlantan.
Well, so transformational, you got to take it bit by bit, right? So the first part of the plan is going to be 35 miles. So this is a whole 30-year plan. That 35-mile plan, that's going to take at least 10 years to accomplish. And this is really for everyday people who just don't have access. You may have an interest in getting out and going for a walk, but remember a couple of weeks ago, we did a story about Atlanta not being walkable, it being a city that required people to just really have a vehicle. You can't just get out and walk around, at least safely anyway, right? And so it's going to be transformational in just how we use and utilize our city, and also the health and fitness aspect, mental health as well, getting outside, getting that natural vitamin D, getting your body moving. And so you're going to see lower obesity rates, lower, mental health crises impacting our community. So it really is a wide scale plan here.
Is that what the leaders are saying about the benefits of this investment in the long run? Are thinking the overall health of Atlantans will be better? What else are they saying?
Yeah, it pays off in multiple ways, because think about it. If you have people who say, I can just do this free activity in my community, I don't have to worry about being segmented based on socioeconomic status or race or gender, because one person in the story talks about how hiking, it felt really lonely, and how he saw a fellow black woman on a trail and she just looked really uncomfortable, like she didn't belong there. And so he started the Black Hiking Club around Atlanta. It's grown from 12 to 100 members. So it also introduces a new physical activity to a demographic that may feel like it's less accessible. Once you get away from basketball and football, the diversity of sports gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So this introduces a new layer to a physical activity.
Is that where we're going now? You mentioned mental health, you mentioned loneliness epidemic and so forth. Is city officials connecting the dots on infrastructure, creating or helping to alleviate some of these problems?
Yeah, because you have to use what you have, right, to keep progressing. And so what do we have? All this space and all this nature, and we have some of the trails that have already started, but there's so much more that you can do, and they look different. Some are super shaded and a lot of trees, and some just feel like you're walking right through the city. So especially in districts 10, 11, and 12, those neighborhoods are cut off. So you have these people who essentially feel like they're on an island and they don't have connectivity. And also the big focus, Chesley, is going to be on the areas where the MARTA stops. So you just kind of block off these communities, so now you can pick it up via a trail.
I would imagine most residents feel happy about this particular program or what's about to take place here, but are there any surprises from residents about what's being done?
Well, this was a surprise that the Parks and Recreation Department said, wait a minute, you guys want trails? They did a study and they let, community give input. And out of all the residents, they came up with trails and walkability being the #1 thing that they were looking for in their community. A lot of people thought that it was going to be bike lanes, and they said, no, we want to get out on foot, and we want to be able to, to do that safely and to do it everywhere around the city. You don't have to drive. And that's the thing too. They don't want driving to get to a trail to be mandatory, because then what happens, Chesley? You cut off the demographic of people that don't have a car. Right. So it makes it way more inclusive.
And you mentioned this as being a 30-year vision, right? That's a long time, obviously. What are some of the hurdles right now that they have to get over to make this happen? Time
and money. Right? You have to fund the project. So even for that first 35 miles that they're talking about, that's going to be over $250 million. So the money has to continue to come for the project to progress. And so that's why some of the people in the hiking community, they're like, this sounds good, but can you see it through? Is the check gonna clear to make this whole thing come into fruition? But hey, we hope to be around for the next 30 years, so we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, you and I will be walking on it, I think, ourselves, yes. Get all the way up to our neighborhood.
All right, we'd love to see it.
Thanks a lot, Aisha. Appreciate it.